In a world saturated with unfiltered thoughts and endless streams of personal confessions, true strength lies in restraint. While the modern ethos screams, "Share everything everywhere," the ancient Stoics whispered the timeless secrets of wisdom and moderation. These philosophers from a distant past knew something profound about human nature and the power of keeping one's own counsel. Today, we dive deep into how Stoicism, a philosophy that has survived the test of centuries, teaches us to navigate the treacherous waters of oversharing in our hyper-connected world. Join me as we explore not just the pitfalls of laying our lives bare but the strength found in the silent spaces between what we think, what we say, and what we keep to ourselves. This journey promises not only to enlighten but also to empower you, reshaping your interactions and internal dialogues in ways that foster peace and profound connection. Before we dive into the Stoic secrets of personal sharing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick with us throughout the video. Understanding oversharing in the digital age. To fully grasp how to harness the power of Stoicism in your daily life, oversharing, a term that has found its spotlight in the era of social media, refers to the act of sharing personal information excessively, often without much thought about the consequences or the appropriateness of the context. It's like opening up the pages of your diary for anyone to read, not just friends and family but often complete strangers. The digital landscape tempts us with instant connections and the rush of immediate feedback, but this can lead us to cross boundaries of privacy without even realizing it. From a Stoic perspective, oversharing is seen as a misalignment with the virtue of temperance, which advocates for moderation in all aspects of life. Stoics value the art of self-control and believe in harnessing the power of rational thought before speaking or acting. They teach us that not every thought that crosses our mind needs to be shared, especially if it doesn't serve a purpose or align with our core values. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often wrote about the importance of keeping one's own counsel and reflecting internally. He believed in the power of self-reflection and maintaining an inner citadel, untouched by external chaos and opinion. In modern terms, we might think of oversharing as a kind of digital impulsiveness, a quick tweet here, a lengthy Facebook post there, often laden with emotions that might not have been fully processed. This impulsiveness can have tangible consequences, from minor embarrassments to significant breaches of privacy that can affect relationships and professional opportunities. The Stoics would see this as a failure to use our rational faculties, the very aspects of our mind that can distinguish humans from other animals. They would advise us to think deeply about the implications of our shares, asking ourselves whether the sharing of this piece of information is beneficial, necessary, and true. This reflection leads to what Stoicism teaches about the dichotomy of control: some things are up to us, and many others are not. While we can control what we share, how others perceive and react to that information is beyond our control. Thus, oversharing can lead to unpredictable outcomes that we're powerless to manage once the information is out in the open. By understanding and accepting this, we can focus more on what is within our control, our own actions and choices. The Stoic approach to oversharing is not just about holding back for privacy's sake but about cultivating a character that thrives on thoughtful discourse and meaningful connections. It's about choosing silence when it's wise and speaking when it's beneficial, thus fostering relationships built on trust and respect rather than on the quantity of exchanges. This, according to Stoicism, is how we can navigate the complexities of human interactions in a way that preserves our integrity and the integrity of those around us. When it comes to discretion, Stoicism offers a profound roadmap for navigating our interactions both online and offline. Stoic perspectives on temperance and self-control. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the pursuit of virtue, and in terms of communication, this means practicing wisdom, temperance, and courage, virtues that guide not only what we choose to share but how we choose to share it. Wisdom in Stoicism is about more than just knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge in practical ways. For instance, a Stoic practices wisdom by thoughtfully considering what personal information should be shared and with whom. This isn't about withholding for the sake of secrecy but choosing disclosure that serves a purpose and aligns with one's values. Wisdom calls us to question: will sharing this piece of information contribute positively to the conversation? Is it beneficial for others to know this? The Stoic philosopher Seneca often discussed the idea that true wisdom involves understanding the nature of our own experiences and discerning the right context in which to share them. Temperance, another cardinal Stoic virtue, is crucial when it comes to managing our impulses to overshare. This virtue is about finding balance and exercising self-control, not going to extremes. In the context of oversharing, temperance would advise us to moderate our desires to divulge too much too quickly. It encourages us to hold back the tide of emotions that might lead us to reveal more than what might be appropriate. The idea here is not to repress or deny our feelings but to give ourselves the time to process them internally rather than broadcasting them prematurely. Courage, in the Stoic sense, involves the bravery to confront and overcome our fears, including the fear of missing out or not being acknowledged, which often fuels oversharing. It takes courage to maintain privacy and personal boundaries in a world that incessantly beckons us to share and expose every detail of our lives. It also involves the courage to face potential loneliness or rejection without using oversharing as a shield or mechanism for quick connection. Epictetus, a Stoic teacher, spoke of courage not just as a battlefield virtue but as a daily necessity required to live a life aligned with one's principles. Practical Stoic strategies to prevent oversharing. In weaving these virtues into the fabric of our daily communication, we follow a Stoic blueprint for discretion that not only protects our personal space but also enriches our interactions by ensuring they are meaningful and appropriate. This Stoic approach to discretion helps cultivate relationships that are built on genuine understanding and respect rather than on superficial exchanges. By practicing these Stoic principles, we aim to foster a sense of respect for ourselves and for others, navigating our digital dialogues with the same ethical considerations that guide our real-world interactions. In tackling the challenge of oversharing, Stoicism offers practical strategies that encourage mindfulness and intentionality in our communication. These strategies can serve as daily tools to help us choose discretion over disclosure, fostering a sense of personal integrity and respect for the boundaries of others. One powerful Stoic practice is the premeditation of adversities. This involves contemplating the potential negative consequences before sharing personal information. For instance, before posting on social media or revealing something in a conversation, take a moment to consider what could go wrong. Could this information be misinterpreted? Might it harm someone inadvertently? Or could it come back to affect you negatively in the future? This isn't about fostering paranoia but about using foresight to avoid potential pitfalls. The Stoics believed that by mentally rehearsing these scenarios, we can diminish the impulse to overshare and become more deliberate with our words. Another valuable Stoic tool is journaling, which Marcus Aurelius employed extensively in his personal writings, now known as meditations. By writing down thoughts and feelings, we give ourselves a space to process emotions privately. This can be especially useful in a world where there's a temptation to immediately turn to social media or messaging apps when experiencing intense emotions. Journaling helps to clarify our thoughts, allowing us to decide more wisely what is truly worth sharing and what should remain confidential. Stoicism also teaches the importance of mindful speech. This involves pausing before we speak or type, asking ourselves whether our words are necessary, true, and kind. This Stoic reflection aligns closely with the Socratic triple filter test, ensuring that what we share contributes positively to the listener or reader. The practice encourages us to speak with intention rather than reaction, which can greatly reduce instances of oversharing. A lesser-known but equally potent Stoic practice is the exercise of voluntary discomfort. This might involve periodically abstaining from the urge to share anything online or in social settings. Much like fasting from food, the purpose here isn't to cut off communication but to strengthen our self-control and to remind ourselves that we can manage without external validation. This exercise can recalibrate our sharing habits, making us more conscious of when and why we choose to share. Implementing these Stoic strategies can transform how we handle personal information. They teach us that not every experience, thought, or feeling needs to be shared. By applying premeditation of adversities, journaling, mindful speech, and voluntary discomfort, we not only protect our own privacy but also cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections. These practices encourage us to share not out of impulse but out of a considered decision that respects both our boundaries and those of our audience. The benefits of Stoic restraint in personal and professional life. Embracing Stoic restraint in communication offers profound benefits that can enhance our personal lives and relationships. This practice, deeply rooted in the Stoic philosophy of self-mastery and intentional living, fosters a range of positive outcomes, from deepening trust to fostering inner peace. By practicing Stoic restraint, we naturally become more thoughtful about what we share. This selectiveness leads to more meaningful conversations and helps build deeper trust. When we share selectively, it signals to others that our words are considered and valuable, making the interactions we do have more impactful. Moreover, restraint can prevent misunderstandings and conflicts that often arise from hastily shared, poorly considered information. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized that we should speak only when our words are more beautiful than silence, suggesting that the quality of our interactions significantly improves when guided by thoughtfulness and discretion. Stoicism teaches. Embracing Stoic principles for a balanced life, continued. As we delve deeper into the practical applications and benefits of Stoic restraint, it's essential to explore how these principles can be integrated into various aspects of our lives, enhancing not only our personal and professional interactions but also our overall well-being. Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue, rationality, and self-control, offers a comprehensive framework for living a balanced and fulfilling life. Integrating Stoicism into daily routines. One effective way to incorporate Stoic principles into daily life is by establishing routines that reinforce these values. Morning and evening reflections can be particularly powerful. Starting your day with a brief period of meditation or journaling can set a tone of mindfulness and intentionality. During this time, you might reflect on the day ahead, considering potential challenges and how you can approach them with a Stoic mindset. By visualizing these scenarios, you prepare yourself to respond with wisdom and composure, rather than reacting impulsively. Similarly, ending the day with reflection allows you to evaluate your actions and interactions. This practice, known as philosophical journaling, involves assessing whether you lived according to your values and identifying areas for improvement. Reflecting on questions such as, "Did I maintain my temperance today?" or "Did I communicate thoughtfully and respectfully?" helps reinforce Stoic virtues and fosters continuous personal growth. Building resilience through Stoicism. Stoicism teaches resilience by encouraging us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. This principle is particularly relevant in dealing with life's inevitable challenges and setbacks. By practicing the Stoic technique of negative visualization, where we mentally prepare for potential adversities, we build emotional resilience. This doesn't mean expecting the worst, but rather being ready to face difficulties with strength and grace when they arise. For instance, if you are preparing for a significant event, such as a presentation or a challenging conversation, consider the possible outcomes and how you will handle them. Visualizing both positive and negative scenarios helps reduce anxiety and increases your ability to remain composed under pressure. This practice aligns with the Stoic belief that tranquility comes from within and is maintained by our perspective and responses, rather than external circumstances. Enhancing professional effectiveness with Stoicism. In the professional realm, Stoic principles can significantly enhance effectiveness and leadership qualities. Applying Stoic virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance can guide ethical decision-making and foster a positive workplace culture. For leaders, embodying these virtues sets a powerful example for employees and colleagues, promoting a culture of integrity and mutual respect. Stoicism also advocates for clear, honest, and purposeful communication. In a professional setting, this means articulating your thoughts and ideas with clarity and intention. Before sending an email, making a presentation, or engaging in a meeting, pause to consider whether your communication is necessary, constructive, and aligned with your values. This practice not only prevents misunderstandings but also enhances your credibility and influence within the organization. Cultivating meaningful relationships. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the belief in the interconnectedness of humanity. Stoics emphasize the importance of empathy, compassion, and understanding in our relationships. By practicing active listening and seeking to understand others' perspectives before responding, we foster deeper connections and build stronger, more respectful relationships.